and you're a Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. And I've been listening to Big Finish. I like Big Finish. I like Big Finish quite a lot. I don't like it as much as I used to. I have to tell you, their output over the last year or so has been a bit, how do you say, current day. So there's been a lot of like current day identity politics, like really falls into it. And honestly, I think it's coming from a good place. I really do. I think it's coming from a good place. I last week I listened to the Third Doctor Adventures, the latest, whatever the latest one is. And it had Wendy Craig in it, and Nick Briggs was on it saying that Wendy Craig was, saying how wonderful she is. Like, she's an incredible writer, actor, performer. But when she wrote for TV, she had to write under a male pseudonym because she wouldn't get the work because she's a lady, And I do understand sexism and racism is a part of our history, is a part of our past. It will be impossible to deny that. I don't think editing and changing that past is a way of fixing it. Neither do I think it is ridiculously over-representing people who have been underrepresented. I think both things is kind of stupid, right? Kind of thing. So that last Third Doctor one was really hurt by having a central character who I think would have made much more sense to be male. Would have made much more sense to be Sergeant Benton. It was the new unit sergeant they put in being female, and it just didn't work. It was just silly. It was just like inserting today's sexual politics into the 1970s, and I do understand that things have to be relevant to today. But I think one of the relevances of the day is being like completely detached from reality. So maybe not totally relevant. So anyway, that said, there's a new range being released of Blake 7 spin-offs. They can't do any more Blake 7 full cast dramas now. Jacqueline Pierce and Paul Darrow passed away. You kind of need that Paul. Gareth Thomas. Well, you do need Paul Darrow. I think without Paul Darrow, it's virtually impossible. And you can't recast him. That's just such an iconic performance. I mean, you could recast him if you recast everybody. I think. Probably Mads Mikkelsen, who played Hannibal or the villain in Casino Royale. He's a great actor. He could probably do it, but it's got to be like a complete reinvention. You can't. It's got to be something totally different. So they have to do these spin-offs. So I thought I'll give it a try. And I have to tell you, there's a lot of Rangers now that I am mainly Doctor Who Rangers that I used to get all of them. I used to subscribe to them, but because there's so much of current day political and social political attitudes squeezed into what is essentially nostalgia products. It's just making them not work anymore. So I'm out of a lot of Rangers. But their Big Finish work has remained excellent. I have to say it has been excellent throughout, and I haven't felt modern day sensibilities really causing those to nosedive. So I thought I'll give it a punt, and I'm quite happy. Actually, I'm quite happy. I think it's worked mostly. I think the one they wrote, I'm going to be reviewing here, Avalon Volume 1, is probably the weakest one, right? And it's not perfect by a long way, but it's not bad. It's not bad, and I think the range has potential to grow and to become, something that's good. Or it could crash and burn. I really don't know. This one is a mild recommend, right? It's not an off the charts recommendation. It's a mild recommend. It's not bad. So we're going to be getting into it. I'm going to be doing a detailed review. That's kind of why we're here, right? That's the point of the video. I'm going to be doing a detailed review. Before we get into it, can you hit the like button? That would be great. That would be fantastic. Can you hit the share button? That's also very nice. Thank you very much. Can you hit the subscribe button? I think I'm about 2 subscribers away from 3,040. I don't know why I want to get 3,040, but I know I want to get 3,040. So you can hit the subscribe button. That'd be great. Comment. Let me know what you think. If you wildly disagree with me, that's fine. If you want any recommendation or other Big Finish, go ahead and ask me. Basically, I will answer whatever you whatever you want to ask me. And go check out my Indiegogo. Hopefully, we're going to be starting wrapping this up pretty soon, so I won't be able to plug it so desperately as I have been on every video. But anyway, go check it out. It's in the video notes. 2 freaking awesome graphic novels. We got biblical Bible stories, atheist creatures, rationalism rogues, very biblically accurate, not preachy at all. At least I think. 220 pages long. You can beat Wells to death with this stonker. We have the Imperium, a love letter to telefantasy of the 1960s. James Bond, Emmett Till, Doctor Who, the Monkey in the Spacesuit, and the Black Slab from 2001. All in one, super grouped together. Fantastic artwork by Dominic Ratcho. I wrote both of these. I did the artwork on Biblical, and Dominic Ratchet did the artwork on Imperium. He also did the artwork for all the extras you get. If you can buy both books, you get a whole ton of extras. You get Noble Savages, this awesome pinup, which will be supersized to an A2 poster when we hit $8,000, and we are under 500 away. So yeah, we're getting there. I think we're going to get there by the time we end the campaign. We have this postcard series for the male gaze, based on things that turn me on as a wee young whippersnapper. Let me just move up so you see the title. Keeping the British End Up, a nice James Bondy one. Party Like It's 1999, nice Space 79 one. Don't Even Think It's Citizen, wonderful Judge Dredd, Judge Hanson one. No Hanky Panky in the TARDIS, oh yes there is. Don't Even Think It's we've already done that. I thought telepath, right? I saw Deanna Troy. I thought, telepathic. No, empathic. Well, by the way, how useless was she in Star Trek? She was sitting there right next to the captain, looking very hot, which I think basically was her function. And she pulls up to he's talking to like the Romulan and the Klingon, and Picard looks over at her and says, I'm sensing a lot of anger, Captain. Really? There's a warship pointed at you with all the guns ready to fire. Yes, obviously I think he might be fibbing to us, Captain. Yes, we know, Counselor Troy. Like, what an insanely useless member of the bridge crew telling you the bleeding obvious. That really should have been what it is. They should have looked over at Deanna Troy and said, Deanna, could you tell us the bleeding obvious? Oh yeah, no problem. I think he's fibbing. Yeah, really. That's the end. That's basically how they did it. And of course, we had the Force as female. Went off on a bit of a tangent there. The Force is so female. We need to reclaim these stolen terms. You get a bunch of posters. It's a Bohemian in Time and Space. These are all A2 posters. I'm going to throw this one for free when we hit $8,000 as well. There are add-ons right now, like $2-3 extra. We got The Eyes Have It. We have Great Balls of Fire, and of course, Forever Young. A bunch of the Fourth Doctor and Sarah Jane growing old together in the TARDIS brings a tear to your eye. And if it doesn't, I will make sure. I will go to the doctor and make sure you're still alive. Or just look at this. If this doesn't get your pulse racing, nothing will bring you back from the dead. So what? What else has been brought back to the dead? What a great segue! What a great segue this is. Blake 7. Okay, so Blake 7 was literally dead. It seems to be that the Big Finish range just couldn't continue with the death of Paul Darrell. And I have to tell you, that last box set they did, Restoration Volume 3, where they covered up for him being dead, it was fantastic. It was just fantastic. And I say their Blake 7 range to date has been fantastic. This isn't. Okay, this is quite good. Quite interesting. This is based on the Revolution leader Avalon. And that's that's one of its main problems right there. Avalon appeared in Blake 7 for like 5 minutes. Was she a clone? Was that the one with I can't remember. No, she wasn't a clone. She played in Blake 7 for 5 minutes and was a blank slate. Was just like a non-entity. Could have been anything. It was not that engaging. We had Jenna said, "I've met her before," right? And that's basically why they made a box set around her. And they haven't made her any more of a compelling character, which is the fundamental failure of this set. It's not bad. All the other ones they're planning seem a lot more exciting. The Clone Masters ones, because I like the weird science fiction-y stuff of Blake 7. But they have that Clone Masters episode, what was it, Weapon, was so weird. Do you know what the plan was? The Clone Masters can only make clones in batches of 2, and there's some kind of like quasi-religious thing around it. And one clone was for Travis to kill. one clone of Blake was for Travis to kill. Another clone was to lure this other guy in so that they could kill it. It was just the most convoluted plan possible. But I found the idea of the Clone Masters really, really interesting. So I am up for that. And then they got the was it Baden the Butcher, the Colin Baker, the great Colin Baker character. Was it Baden? You should really go back and watch that episode. Was it City on the Edge of? Was it the world? I can't remember. It was the Villa episode where he decides not to run away and be happy with a beautiful woman in another universe and stay on the Liberator crew being beaten up by Taron or abused by him at the very least. So yeah, all of those sound much more interesting than this one. This is still solid, but yeah, they really missed the trick in that they didn't tell us more about this character Avalon. Here's what they should have done. This first episode should have been, or maybe this whole box set should have been a dual storyline of Avalon in present day, or it's basically set exactly the time that Blake was on trial. Avalon in present day running the revolution, and then at the same time have a dual plot of her becoming Avalon, right? So he could have built up, and you could understand who she is, and you could care about her. So they didn't do any of that. Okay, they didn't do any of that whatsoever. They're all just kind of, the first episode is the weakest of the three, and it's a kind of pedestrian episode. And this is another complaint I'm gonna give. It's the theme music is awful. It's distractingly bad. I kind of feel the same way as I did for the Capaldi years, which is I want that theme music they had for the Capaldi years was terrible. I love the titles. I love the clocks, the swirling, but as soon as they went, it was awful. Okay, it was like that Rolf Harris style. That style. Was it styrofoam? There was this little weird electronic instrument thing that Rolf Harris used to plug when he wasn't, apparently molesting children, or drawing cartoon time. It sounded like that. So. I understand they wanted to do it to make it sound like it was of the era, of the time. It isn't. It doesn't work. It's kind of like K9 and Company bad. It's that level bad, right? It's that level of bad. Bit of a pity. So yeah, let's read the blurb. The third century of the second calendar, Roger Blake is about to discover a powerful spaceship and spearhead a rebellion against a despotic federation, but he can't be everywhere at once. You're right, okay. Throughout the galaxy, brave people fight for freedom without the benefit of miraculous alien technology. I like the miraculous alien technology. This is the thing I liked about Blake 7. I like the miraculous alien technology juxtaposed to the very gritty Blake 7-ness of it. And I understand. They didn't want to find another alien spaceship and do that. Honestly, what I think they should have done is set it 100, if they want to do a sequel, another series and continue it, set it 100 years later. 100 years later, move the Federation forward 100 years, see what's happened to the world. Basically have a similar setup, right? And then have a bunch of people find this the derelict Liberator, right? Or a Liberator-like ship, right? And inside the Liberator, you've got whoever's still surviving. From Stephen Pacey, Tarrant, you got Villa, you have Cat. They're in suspended animation. Whoever you want to get into it, and then you have the new characters and the old characters, and you move the narrative forward, and you still get the same premise. And it would have actually been better than season 4 of Blake 7, where they said, let's get another spaceship and give you all the same technology. I actually watched an episode of season D? I was going to say season 4 of Blake 7 the other. I forgot how good it was. It really was. I really enjoyed it. Anyway, so they explain they're doing spin-offs. First episode, Terra Firma. Again, the weakest of the episodes. Steve Lyons, normally a very, very solid writer. It's not terrible. It's just the weakest of these episodes. The Resistance of Earth has been decimated. So yeah, this is right after the way back where everybody is killed in the dome. And then, what was that guy said? Don't resist everybody. They won't kill us. Really? I just saw video of the Chinese police quelling a protest in Hong Kong, much in the same way, right? Much in the same way. I just thought it was funny because people in America You have the John Cena in America. They're very big in like condemning the American police, who never do anything like that at all, ever. But they're completely ready to lick the boots of China and say how great they are when they do the things that they say they don't like. So so it's after that, everyone been killed. The resistance has been decimated. Blake has been arrested. Avalon returns home to the seat of the Federation, about to pick up the pieces, but she still needs the help of self-centered smuggler named Jenna. So yeah, listen, that's a great premise on the story. We just should have had a compelling personal story about Avalon built into this, right? To make it, because you need to care about the main character. You care about Blake. You care about Avon. You care about, but she is the most disposable character within this box set, right? Which is a problem. But you know, it's. I've already got the second one pre-ordered, and honestly, on the strength of this, I'm ordering Clone Masters and Babe and the Butcher. Maybe Terra Nostra as well. I gotta find the episode Terra Nostra was in. Like, for some reason, I can't put more money into a spin-off without seeing the original. It's a weird knee-jerk reaction of mine. So yeah, listen, it's not a bad story, and it's got a decent cast. Who is it? So yeah, we got Olivia Polet as Avalon. Again, she's very nondescript. Sally Kavanaugh as Jenna. Stephen Grief is in this one. He's in the next one. I'll talk about that in a minute. Nicholas Avery as Krask, but who am I looking for? There's a basically Avalon has this young girl assistant who's really good, and she really works well with within the narrative. I can't remember who it is though. Is it Becky Wright? I think it might be Becky Wright. Okay, I'm not sure. But you get to see a little bit more of everyday life within the domes, which is good. But again, this is the weakest one. It just seems to be a story by the numbers, so that you can see Jenna's previous meeting with Avalon and fill in that little bit of really unnecessary background. You know, when Jenna said, I met her once before, that's what anybody needs to know. Throwback, however, by Gary Russell is freaking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, and I love this episode. Pure Blake 7. Pure Blake 7, because it's got great characters in it, which Avalon isn't, but this episode is great characters. So Argo Madison's career as a clerk was uneventful. This Argo Madison character is great. Really compelling. Until a band of outlaws burst into his ordered life and brought it crashing down around him. Now, Travis of Space Security wants to know what Madison knows about the rebel leader Avalon. So this is basically, it's nearly a two-hander. It's nearly a two-hander between Stephen Grief and whoever Madison is. And again, he's a throwback in that he's got, and this is not spoilers, you find this out in the first few minutes, that he has an eidetic memory. He has but that makes him unusual, and he should have been aborted, right? And so he's because of his eidetic memory, it's like his photographic memory. It makes him different, right? It makes him different. And I don't want to spoil anything about this, because the way they unfold his character and unfold his story is brilliant. It's brilliant. It's one of the best bits of Blake 7 I've ever enjoyed. I think the other great bit of Blake 7, if you can find it, is a short story written by Kate Allman about a dressmaker who makes dresses for Serverland and how he had to murder the dressmaker before him. Right, and to get that job, and it's really good. If you ever find that short story, I love that short story. But this is equally good. It really is good. If everything was good at this would be a 10 out of 10. But it's not. Blackwater is also good. I say Blackwater is also excellent, but not quite as good as Throwback. This is by Trevor Baxendale. Avalon hopes to pull the resistance on Earth together with a bold attack upon an administration facility, but a plan is doomed before she can even put it into action, thanks to a traitor in the ranks. So this continues the plot thread from the way back. There was a traitor for the for Blake's group. Yeah, they're called Blake. It's the same guy. So yeah, you have that going through. The plan is good. The plan they want to pull off is really good, really interesting, really organic to Blake 7. Really makes sense in the Blake 7 universe. The acting's good. The twists and turns are all good. It's got a nice little touch in it. They got a couple of one character who's had to go on the run outside the dome. He's coping with life outside the dome, and he hates it. He absolutely hates it with every fiber of his being. He can't stand being outside the dome, which again I like. It worked very well. Again, Avalon is a bit of a minor character in this, which is good because she again. Don't really know much about her as yet. So, yeah, I'll say 2 out of 3 stories are excellent, and 1 story is okay. Makes it a recommend. I would, if that first story was a good emotional background story to make me care about Avalon, again, this would have been a 10 out of 10 review. As such, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And we'll break them down between stories. Throwback 9 to 9.5. Blackwater 8.5 to 9, and Terra Firma 6. Okay, so let's bring that down to it's about a 7 out of 10 for this box set, which makes it for me totally worthwhile. So the next one, do they have the information about the next one up yet? Which comes out this month. It comes out in June, which is tomorrow. Again, great character, Colin Baker and Babe and the Butcher, more Stephen Grief. Let's see if they what we have to look forward to in the stories. Baber's Bounty, okay. Sacred Stone might inspire revolution on a recently subjugated planet. If only Avalon can retrieve it from a high-security prison. She enlists the help of Venkbun's only escapee, the Mabud and Top Federation, and the Federation's most wanted, and the top of the Federation most wanted list, Babe and the Butcher. Again, I watched Colin Baker in what's the city on whatever it was recently. It was really good. Nick Burchell, Neil Bushnell. He's not as reliable as the writer. Steve Lyons was the last one, and Trevor Baxendale. Let's see if I have a quick look, see if I can see his credits. Okay, so I don't know. I haven't seen listened to Chosen. Couldn't tell you. Who knows? Mercenary by Christopher Cooper. Finding a crusade isn't easy, and one of Avalon's debts has just come due. She and Madison undertake a dubious mission. I think Madison is the young girl that was kind of a psychic in the first one. Dubious mission in the company of an even more dubious gun for hire, a man who betrayed them once before. Maybe it's Baben again. I don't know. Maybe it's in the whole thing. Heart of Ice. What is the Federation president doing on the frozen Blackwater world? Avalon is determined to uncover the secret buried in the Cryonax's mines. By the time she realizes that Travis is setting a trap, it might be too late, but it's not. But it won't be. Great cover. Absolutely great cover. I think better cover than the first one. Again, the weak link. The weak link looks like the central character Avalon, who's completely forgettable. As yet, I'm still hoping they're gonna flesh her out and make me care to hear more. But as it is right now, just in that Blake 7 universe, they kind of nail it. I'm looking forward to this release. Yeah, I enjoyed the last one enough, and I want to be clear. The other thing, which really shouldn't be the anything to write home about, is that it wasn't obnoxiously full of 2021 identity politics, which I really appreciate. But still, I can't give you points for not doing that, right? I wish I could, because that's just wrong. We shouldn't be doing that. Okay, there you go. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin. You are Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring the little bell. Ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.